Dookie. We've got a relatively nice day out. Certainly not shorts and no shirt weather, but I can at least take a step out onto the balcony. Picking up the large stuff on the side that got emptied or something like that. It's a nice day. Probably put on a hoodie just for the long sleeve aspect and go hit up the bike. Maybe not a long distance. I always say not a long distance, and then I'm gonna eat something first. I don't really have to do anything. I don't have to go anywhere. Tomorrow I was gonna, like mid-afternoon, hit up the gym, because then that'll give me time to recover, since I won't be doing anything at practice. And then Friday and then Saturday morning I have physio. But yeah, awkward. One of the things that dawned on me to do is, I could do like this, that, and the other thing, and went through a little bit more drinking than usual. Heavier drinks usually come fresh out of the stuff. There's a lot of Boom Bear, which doesn't have Stasi held, so I can't take it back. So, and then I had laundry to do. I've forgotten space to do that. And wine bottle. I still don't know if I'm gonna go. That one's wrapped in foil. You good? Good. I still don't know. What do I want to do? What do I want to ride the bike? I mean, it's a little windy. Did the wind pick up a little bit? I've just been like chilling out. Yes, the wind did pick up. No BFD4. If I start up a walk and think my thoughts, I'm going to the gym tomorrow. I'll go early in the morning, come back, record the football video, then head off to practice. Yeah. Should I go out and around? Where should I go? Let's go clockwise. By clockwise, I'm going to go out to Iberchlan, cross over to like Pollenhaus, go through the Slausberg, up to the locks, and around. So I'm going like west, then north, then east, then south. Makes sense? The only other feasible way to be go like up the bridge a little bit, down, then walk through that back area that just recently got paved. I don't want to do that. My gel hair is already getting blasted backwards. Oh look, the sun's coming out. Wow, look at these cute little red flowers. Anyways, for those of you who don't, you guys, I mean, if I can see the red flowers down there, you guys can. But yeah, Ballenhaus. There's a lot of animals back there in the reeds, marsh grass, whatever. It's nice. It's nice in here. I understand that to Americans it's like, this is just a unkempt field. And I'm like, you know what? This is how nature's supposed to be. What the fuck is that? Oh. Nothing. I thought there was like a hole for a tunnel. Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! I'm like, no, not the place we going to, secret tunnel. The crane's got their thing going in over there. Just to let you know, these are all blackberry bushes along in there. Come about early August. It's just riding your bike through here. It's like, well, anyways. So they're doing construction right there. They're leveling out a part. I just don't know. I have a suspicion that that's where the ferry's going to be going in. But yeah, we have Canisum Island here, Tall Tower, the Whale, Python Bridge, Python Bridge. I don't know, can you guys see that? Oh shit, it's right there. Ah, my bad. Yeah. Aaron and I have crossed it. It's quite fun. I think that's the area the tunnel goes under, the 26 and stuff. But yeah. No, like, I think Roji lives on this island right here in Sporenburg. Yeah. I'm just walking that route. Trying not to pause too terribly much because just a nice day. It's not bright, it's not cold, it's not bright, it's not warm, it's not cold, it's not frigid. The wind has picked up and I was like, there is no reason for the alarm to be going off right now. It's not Erste Montag. That's Monday. But I might still be home when the siren goes off then. But it's just the cranes doing their shit. I sent a Instagram direct message to Willie telling him about Daft. Not Daft Punk. Yes, he's a musician, but not Daft Punk. The Dutch-American Friendship Treaty. I got reminded of it from a lady on TikTok. Darlene Goes Dutch. Something like that. She says, American living in the Netherlands on the Dutch-American Friendship Treaty, and I Googled that real quick, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a thing. It's complicated, it's rough, but it's an option outside of stuff Aaron did, who's on a knowledge migrant visa, and all that jazz. But it's nice. Like these 5 houses have a nice little private drive. I just wonder, like, what's happening to these houses? Because there's going to be a significant city right the fuck there, like neighborhood area, massive buildings. In terms of what's here right now, and also, yeah. But I was watching a lot of TikTok today, and how like people around Europe don't take swearing as much, and that's what I've noticed the longer I live here, is this general purity culture in the United States. And it was kind of thrown in my face recently when the mother-in-law was visiting. To be fair, I know that older folks tend to be a bit more, I almost want to say, it's like they're conservative. They don't swear. They don't say bad words. You know, they don't necessarily talk very openly about sexuality stuff. They're not conservative. They're reserved. There we are. And I'm not. And I take a lot of my cues from the people I'm around as to what is normal. It's a defense mechanism from autism. I function like a chameleon, but I have really slow change. So it's not like I'm a social butterfly, but moving into new situations can be a little rough at first, but then I assimilate pretty well. Part of it was not necessarily that, you know, the breaking down of being American and the whole autism, and I'm not using that one, but going back to practice on Sunday and hanging around with even a small group of guys made me realize that most of my life I hadn't had a group of guys. I'd had maybe a group of gays, but I'd always had a group of people that were trying to be something they weren't. And like, I got my little tippy toes in the wading pool when I was hanging around Willie and able to be me and not have to be anything for anyone. But But then the shift to moving here caused a butt ton to happen. And I didn't feel comfortable here because it felt temporary. Or at least it was threateningly temporary. Anyways, bag has nothing in it, so it's being picked up by the wind that's coming from behind me. But anyways, and part of it is the fact that, yeah, I got I have a group of guys. Oh, you can't just hang around the guys everywhere you go. It's true. But I don't have to turn myself completely off in certain places. And so, while I have probably, most likely, burgeoned into a much more brash. I was thinking brisk and brash at the same time, so it became a brask individual. Because just being around the Dutch causes me to realize I don't need to hide shit. I can just say it. Obviously, don't be overtly rude, but you know, just say it. And then the generalized overall idea that the Dutch, at least the guys on the team, embody, but perhaps maybe the society thinks it embodies. Been there, that with the United States. That the whole live and let live. Maybe it was some Marcus and Mitchell and Hairsculp and all the various things, but the things that bothered my teams in the States, the guys that I'd listen to and try to listen to their problems and just see what's going on with people, they're not bothered by that here. They're not bothered by the chance of, going broke, having to work. They can't enjoy themselves. The fact that many of them enjoy their jobs. They don't work in a stocking room at a Fred Meyer in the middle of the night.
26 minutes and 1 second. Dog last kilometer took you 13 minutes and 24 seconds. Dog Humphrey is 125.
Yeah, I forgot to mute her, so she's been telling me every kilometer. But anyways, that's about that. If I have any more thoughts, I'm going to continue down to Haddock and spin back around to the store. Aaron has a meeting here at 3, but it's more or less a get to know you because they had some shifting around. Yeah, it's 2:40 right now. While he's doing that meeting, maybe I'll strike up No Man's Sky for a little bit. After going to the store, and I'll get the expedition set up and going and see what this new patch did and all that jazz, see what's going on with this limited life is or something like that. Everybody's getting off work.